just before day before Thanksgiving. We got a nice snow on the ground, and you can see where the beavers are cutting up in there. And basically, they're literally have a trail dragged through the brush, dragging the stuff down to a feed pile below. We're basically gonna take some 330s and Snares. Not sure if there's enough ice for us to walk on it. We'll figure out what we're going to do when we go down the big hill. Just pull the Beaver out of a different location. This one shows some promise. Hopefully there's a few nice big ones in here. We've seen all the cuttings up above, and we walked along the shore until we found this big feed pile. So I'm basically setting Bridger 5 upstream where I see some open water, and we're going to drop this where I can see they're traveling around the feed pile. We drove in 2 guide sticks, plus we'll be able to tell when we got to chop the ice out to get back to this trap. And it's deep down in there. I got those positioned just right. We'll slide that right down in that deep channel. Once the ice gets out of the way. Then basically after it freezes, you got a 2-day check, and there should be a beaver in here. I'm gonna pull that one stake a little bit. And that guy should come swimming right up in there. Like a hole up in there. Okay. We are checking beaver and otter traps on the frozen AuSable. December 1st, and as you can see, we got first ice, dangerous ice. It was actually 50 degrees yesterday, but we had a heck of a cold front before that. It's cold again, so let's see what we got. Did here oh, it looks nice. Put a 330 underneath this log, and we fenced it off with some twigs or limbs, I mean, and it looks like it paid off. Just deep enough to cover a 330. We got a Doctor stabilizer, holds that trap in place, so when one of these guys come along, we can catch it. A nice one, Michigan Otter. Use my RTS setter to get them out. That was in Sleepy Creek 1000. Pull that up. Get that trap back in place then. We got some Beaver snares over there. First out, so I always like catching a beaver in them. But I'll take a bonus otter too. First one of the year. That's how when I usually get my otters after it freezes. These RTS setters are great because they set every trap size and I can do it with one hand. Well, I get the thing in place. Gotta make sure it hooks up above. Where you put this in. There we go. Nothing to it. I'll actually get that stabilizer in place first by pushing it in. Then I'll put the 330 in. Right back to the same spot we got it in. Perfect little channel. And that otter's just underneath, hugging the shoreline. And couldn't be a better set location. Got a body grip between those two you basically just set it where it was deep enough to be under the water, and just suspecting beaver and otter are going to hug the banks. We've seen activity around here. Trap continues to work even though it's frozen. Nice prime Michigan fur. And it looks like I got some kind of fur down there. As you can see, it's plenty of deep. My dive pole's all frozen in. Get that out of place so we can use it again. See what we got here. And this is what it's nice to bring gloves along. Maybe I can pull it up with the stick. Stabilizing it. Hopefully it's the big one. Sometimes you just gotta say, what the heck? Oh! Feel steel. Oh, that's a lot of work for a beaver. That's a nice one. We'll take them. And we'll show you how we get this set back in. See that center? This one appears to be a Duke 330. Works every time. Once again, this RTS setter is a time saver, and if anything ever happens with one of these things, you can work with one hand with ease. Everybody that says beaver trapping's not hard work, they ain't done it. Especially when we got to carry these critters over and we're not done checking here yet. That's a nice beaver. You just push that and it releases back so you can set. And this works on everything from 110s to 330s. We're setting even the strong Sleepy Creeks today, and this Duke with these 330. That hook on there. Get this guy back in place. See if we get another one. There's a lot of sign up above and down below here, so there's a few in this colony. Get him up so he doesn't get away. Some of this debris out of the way. All I'm doing here is getting my sticks in place, so I drop that 330 back in. Spud acts as a driver. Stabilizes the trap. It's a little easier when we're using Dr. Days, but I only had a couple when I came down here. As you see, those two stakes work just fine. Make sure I got the right distance. Yeah, that'll push apart just perfect. Get our hook up above here. See if we can't get another one. Wind's just a howling and it's cold, about 20 degrees. Hands are getting cold. Get them safety hooks off and she's ready to drop into place. The ring on there, so next time if I get one, it won't be so fun to get them off. And I use my spud to push it down in. Whew. And that guides it right down to the bottom, where she'll get a nice beaver again. Now we got two sets on this side. We're going to check the snare first. Then we got another 330. As you can see, this is a big old beaver pile. Fresh, that is. my snare. We got like 4 AuSable brand under ice snares. Work every time. Little guy, right around the neck. Doesn't look like the 330 got anything. We may shuffle it up. It looks like they're working the ice along there. Let's see if I can find another spot to put it. Get it up close so you can see these snares. Show you how we set it. There's a Beaver and a AuSable made snare. But basically, got 4 snares on that pole, and they all got set off obviously when we caught the Beaver. We'll just get them re-looped. And it's real easy because you don't got to guess the height. It's just you put a little bend in it up here towards the top, and just got to make sure your loops are all made before you set it in the water. Put them at different angles. But you can see I had it wired in place and everything's still ready to go. Caught that one on the bottom loop. Usually you catch them on the top, but they just swim around to get that bait pole and basically get caught. Get down there to the water when I do it. You got the idea. May have to adjust them a little. Sticking with my gloves. See those loops all in position, and they're down here by the big pole I caught them on last time. basically set. Ready for another Michigan beaver. Secured to this safety pole, so we can't pull it in. We'll push in, and that's good to go for the next beaver. Okay, we just got 3 beavers and an otter. We're using AuSable brand under the ice snares and 330s and Sleepy Creek 1000s, Dr. Dave stabilizers, and it's December 1st. It's getting sunny, but it's 20 degrees. Northern Michigan, and many thanks to Andrew and Casey for helping me carry these beavers up the banks when we checked them today. Would have had to take a couple trips, but we were able to carry them all up the banks, pretty steep. And to the front of us here, there's beaver cuttings. In fact, we just actually seen a tree fall while we were standing here, believe it or not. And they're actively cutting, and the trail going down to the water there, it looks like somebody's been taking an ATV back and forth. But that's 4 out of here, and we were happy with that. Nice prime Michigan beaver and otter. We're out of 2 in Michigan. That's my first one this year. On a AuSable under the ice snare.